on, everyone? Welcome back to All In with Nate. It's been so long since I've done it. Been a long time. Been a very long time since I've done this show. But I'm gonna start off my Falcons show from talking about the Madden 22 ratings. They're not pretty good or anything, but just to give you guys a quick preview of what we're gonna talk about today, let me go to our preview for the Madden 23 stream for the Atlanta Falcons. Welcome to the first edition of All In with Nate for the 2022 Atlanta Falcons. We start this stream off talking about the Madden 23 ratings. As you all know, Madden 23 is around the corner, and the Atlanta Falcons have a couple of notable guys to talk about. Overall, the team comes in as a 77 overall, which is the sixth worst in the league. Of course, a lot of changeover happened in the offseason, so Madden people don't really know a lot about this Falcon team. But there were some notables. A.J. Terrell, who had a breakout campaign, has a 89 overall. He's the ninth highest rated corner in the game. Casey Hayward, the veteran picked up in the offseason, is an 87 overall. Kyle Pitts, who of course made the Pro Bowl in 2021, had 1,000 yards in the season, comes in as an 87 overall. Veteran Grady Jarrett has a 85 overall. And for some of the notable rookies, Drake London, the first-round pick out of USC, is the fourth highest-rated receiver with a 75 overall. Desmond Ryder, the quarterback out of Cincinnati, actually enters the game as the highest-rated quarterback with a 70 overall. And Arnold Lee, the rookie out of Penn State, enters the game as the third best linebacker in the game with a 72 overall as a rookie. Now, we will discuss the top 10 Falcons. We'll also tap into other key needs on the team that you can actually work with in a Madden franchise. So, let's get ready to talk about the 2022 Atlanta Falcons on Madden NFL 23.
It's Michael Walker in for an Atlanta touchdown.
Right, as you saw in the stream, the Falcons got a 77 overall on Madden. That's the sixth worst in the game. I didn't expect for them to give us a lot because, we had a major turnover, as you all know, this offseason. Max and Indy. We don't have a lot of talent on the team. Ridley suspended. So I didn't expect Madden to do us a lot of justice anyways. So it's going to be more of a project build with this team if you are a big Madden fan. So if you play franchise mode, if you play anything when it comes to the Falcons, just know that they're going to have to perform for them to get better in the game because, again, their ratings are pretty bad. So as you heard me name off a couple of guys onto the stream, let me go ahead and add into the official Madden 23 top 10 list. First up is, of course, A.J. Terrell. A.J. Terrell had a great year last year. He has an 89 overall entering the game. He's the ninth highest rated corner in Madden, actually. So that's a pretty big boost for him. He had a great year, as you all know. He was one of the best corners in the league in 2021, despite the Falcons being bad. So, of course, just showing you guys that. Let me go to the comments real quick. Ken, what's up? He got us going. That's what that's what USA Today predicted for us as well. They got us going 2-15. I see us winning 5 to 6 games. I don't see 2 wins. I think they're gonna squeeze out more than 2. Maybe 5. I don't see us being that bad. I see us being bad, but not that bad. Arlo's going on, bro. He said they're the same team from last year. You're right. Pretty much the same team from last year. We don't have a lot of money to work with either. And Ken, I remember, you was on stream with me when you said that about A.J. Terrell being a really solid being a solid corner because, of course, they killed him for the national title game of going against Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. And look at those guys now. They're both killing in the league. So there's that. All right, back to the top 10 list for the Falcons on this stream. Kyle Pitts, of course, coming in with an 87 overall. He's a superstar in the game. He was a X factor last year. I'm surprised they took his trait down. He was actually the best player on the team last year. Of course, Mr. FanDuel Ridley, Calvin Ridley, he's got an 86 overall coming into the game. It's going to be available to be used in the game, as you all can see. Cordero Patterson has an 85 overall. He's the only other superstar that we have on the video game coming into Madden 23. Grady Jarrett, they took his superstar away from him. He's an 85 overall still. Of course, Chris Lindstrom, the really solid right guard, he's a 84 overall. for the Falcons. So that's another guy who I'm not surprised to be in the top 10 list. Let's get down a little further. We got Deion Jones as the 8th best player on the game. I don't even think he's going to be a Falcon the whole season. He's an 82 overall coming into the game. Young Hoku, or Young Hoku, like I like to call him. He has an 82 overall coming into the game. So, of course, they are we're looking forward to seeing what he can do this year. And then Jake Matthews is going to round out the top 10. So these are our top 10 guys on the game. Again, as I said, the Falcons ratings are not that good. Let me go ahead and show you their team ratings in comparison to everybody else in the league. See the comments going crazy. I see Arlo said that he see us as a slate off. I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. And I love my Falcons. I just think this is going to be a transitional year for the Falcons. I don't see them doing a lot in the win column. I think this is going to be more of a transitional year for the Atlanta Falcons. That's pretty good for them. I mean, we are going to have a ton of money next year. Of course, if you all know the Falcon situation, if you're not a Falcon fan, the Falcons have a ton of dead cap space due to the Matt Ryan trade, due to the Julio Jones trade from last year. Their money was split up over the last 2 years, so that's their problem. And let's go to some of the other comments. John, what's up, bro? He said Julio Jones. I knew you were going to mention that as well. Julio is mentally weak. That's an extremely weak move to sign with the Bucks dream team. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like it either. He's ring chasing, but I don't really know how he fits in Tampa Bay. I think the Buccaneers has a very stacked roster as is. So I don't really know how that's going to work out, but we'll see. Arlo says, speaking of Nate, not to take over the stream, how do you feel about going after Jimmy G? I do not want to go after Jimmy G. I don't want to go after him. Let's see what these guys can do between Mariota and can do within Desmond Ridder. Yeah, he did sign with the Buccaneers. Julio did sign with the Buccaneers. I want to see what those two guys can do before we look into possibly get another quarterback, because if they're going to be bad, then, hey, let's go get a Stroud or a Bryce Young in 2023. That's the way I feel. Let's see. Castro said the losing the play. Oh, no, sir. I don't see us making the play. I don't see us making the playoffs. I don't see us making the playoffs. That's my whole thing. I don't see us making the playoffs. No, I think we're going to be one of the bottom tier teams in the NFC, and that's fine with me. We got to rebuild anyways. Mr. Lancaster said the Madden rating should be based on what kind of season each player has. I do agree with that, but of course, Madden is Madden, so you know how that goes. Ken also said y'all are kidding. Y'all seen what Tom did with Randy Moss? Randy Moss was in his prime. Randy Moss he had a bad stretch in Oakland because Oakland had a good situation. I mean, Julio was hurt in Tennessee. He's 32, and then to me, they play different styles. Randy got to play a little longer in this league, to me, just like Jerry Rice and just like Tim Brown, because they changed their game. Julio played physical for so many years. I have not seen Julio since 2019, but that's me. Because in 2020, he kept staying on the sideline. So it is what it is with Julio. But to give you guys a look at let me go to the ratings. Let me see. Ken said a dog is, hey, I feel you on that. But you have to stay healthy to be on the football field to be a dog. That's all I'm saying. No jab at them. That's all I'm saying. You got to be on the field for more than 6 games to actually be considered a dog for me. But let me share the team rating so you can see how the Falcons kind of rounded up to be a 77 overall. Let's go to Sports Network. Okay, here we go. Hold on, there we go. As you see, the Falcons in total, their offense came in as a 77 overall in Madden. They were ranked 73 overall. I believe that's on defense. Let me scroll so I can be able to confirm that. So the Falcons, you see, they are one of the worst teams in the game coming into this game. Okay, going to the offensive rankings, the Falcons are the 26th, I believe, offense ranked in the game. The Texans, Steelers, Seahawks, Bears, and Giants are all worse than the Falcons in Madden 23. As far as the defense, the Falcons have the 3rd worst defense in the game. Neither of these surprise me. This is a rebuilding ball club. What do you expect? Arlo said, not if you don't. Absolutely. And that's the reason that we're talking about this also, because I'm going to point out about a couple of guys on the team that you can play with your benefit, like if you're in a franchise, because rookie Troy Anderson is going to be one of the guys I'm going to mention soon about what his ranking is coming into the game. I'm going to go back to the player rating shortly. So, yeah, you are right about that. If you know how to play Madden, you can definitely make something out of that. Special team rating was just pretty fair for the Falcons. They were 81 overall. Of course, Young Oku has a lot to do with that. We had Thomas Morstead last year, so that could play a big factor in why the Falcons are highly rated as far as the game overall. But as you see, the Falcons are pretty low tier as far as Madden standards. Of course, at the top is the Buccaneers. They're going to probably be higher now. They got Julio Jones. So, yeah. Let me come back to the main screen. There we go. Ken Jackson said, crazy part, they got all the pieces. Yes, they do. They have all the pieces in real life. They have every piece they need in real life to win it all. And the game reflects that too. So that's not a surprise to me. But let's see. Ken also said, go Bills. I know, man. You on the Josh Allen train, but I'm gonna touch on the rookies. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the rookies are faring like, because of course these guys are not going to be highly rated, but as far as the rookie ratings in the game, they are pretty favorable. Go back to the main thing with the Falcons. Let's go down to Drake London. I'm gonna go to the first round pick to begin with. Give me a second. As you can see, the Falcons, Drake London, the 8th pick overall. He was, I believe, the 4th highest rated receiver in the video game. He is number 75. So he's they gave him an 88 speed, 92 accel. So that's his first ranking coming into the game. Hopefully that changes for him as the season goes along. Let's go to our second round pick. The DN out of Penn State, Arnold. I have to work just like with Alua Khan. I have to work with his last name before I even try anything. As you see, he's listed as a left side linebacker, 84 speed, 87 to sell. I'll be honest with you guys. If I was using the Falcons in a franchise, I personally would make him my DN, put him down there, because technically, if you play with the Falcons on the game, you know they have Grady Jarrett listed as a defensive end, and that is not going to work if you're trying to win a game. So he's the DN that is listed currently. Let's go to the other rookie, Troy Anderson, who was drafted also high in the draft. Let's go to Troy Anderson. Troy Anderson, this right here is a tricky guy, because he comes in as a 69 overall, but he has 92 speed and 95 accel as a middle linebacker. And Deion Jones already 90 speed in the game. You're gonna have fun with them two guys if you play with the Falcons on an online game or even in a franchise. You're gonna love it with those guys. So that's gonna be fun to play with him at middle linebacker. I'm sure a lot of people might try to throw him at DN just to see if they can make some shake out of him. But that is what I would do if I'm personally using the Falcons in the game. But and anyone that's tuned in that is not a Falcons fan, if you want to see what your team is rated, then let me know. Hey, I'm talking Falcons, but hey, I'll talk about your guys too. Cuz what's going on? He said, I just wonder how we lost as a BS in the Super Bowl, but there's so many teams rated higher than us. Yeah, a lot of times the game really don't reflect what you did last season, because honestly, as you said, with Cincinnati making it to the Super Bowl last year, they probably should have been rated a little bit higher, but the game just they don't favor those things anymore. They just sit here and they look at what you have on your team and they're gonna still put that ahead. So yeah, like Tampa lost in the divisional round and they're the highest rated team in the game right now. So that's something that has to be looked into going forward. I know I can understand the frustration with that 100%. But let me go back to the rookies on the team. I'm going to touch on D'Angelo Malone. He was the third round. He was one of the 2 third-round picks that the Falcons had. We're going to go to Ryder first. Desmond Ryder comes into the game as the highest rated quarterback in Madden 23 as a rookie. He's 70 overall, 88 speed, 91 to sell, 91 throw power. If you are a Madden lover, you're going to absolutely be able to have fun with him. You can build that guy over time, like whether you play offline with him or you play on the game. He's 88 speed, so that's a lot. That's good to work with if you're a Falcons fan or you're just a guy that need a mobile quarterback. Yeah, but let's see. Come to the comments. IDK because the Bills were clearly one of the best teams. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to sit here and say that that they're not deserving of having the highest rated team in the video game. However, because of course the Bucks was coming off a Super Bowl, but I definitely can get where you're coming from on that as far as Cincinnati being so lowly rated. I'm gonna definitely go back to touch on those top teams that are highly rated in the game, even though just talking about the Falcons for a moment. That's what right now that's what Desmond Ritter or Ryder, however you listen. We know that's how I spell Arlo, man. Relax. D'Angelo Malone, the other third round pick, he comes as a 67 overall. He is one of the highest rated linebackers on the game for the Falcons. He's another guy that if I'm building a franchise for the Falcons, they have a tough rebuild thing with this team. He's going to be one of my DNs. I'm going to put points on him. Like I said, the Falcons had a very, very strange. It's strange. It's a strange team because as low as they're rated, like if you are a Madden player last year, on paper, the Jets on paper overall is one of the worst teams in the game, but the Jets had a ton of speed that you can work with if you know what you're doing with that team. So it's all about knowing what you can do with your team on the video game. That's one of the biggest things for us. Let's see, go to the next pick. I'm going to show Justin Schaefer, the rookie out of UGA. He's going to be probably winning that offensive line job. So he's a 64 overall at left guard. Of course, he's listed at left guard along with Jalen Mayfield. I want to see what Jalen Mayfield's rating is to see what do they even have him rated pretty low. Let me take a look at this. Jalen Mayfield is 69 overall. He was the second worst left guard in the league last season. So they got the rookie starting the same way. Of course, let's see. Byron, what's going on? He said the Patriots ratings are truly unfair. Let's go back. Let me go back to the Patriots ratings then, because I haven't got a chance to take a look at their ratings. So let's go take a look at it. Let's go back to the. But before I go to them, let me go to the rookie ratings and show you guys where the Falcons and other top rookies rate going into 23. Give me a second. Let's share this screen. Okay. Now, this is coming from Sporting News. They dropped this article yesterday, I believe. Now, coming into the game, the top-rated rookies are Jamison Williams, the number one rookie out of Alabama for the Detroit Lions. Jordan Davis, of course, from UGA, is 78 with the Eagles. Sauce Gardner, number 78 overall with the New York Jets. Aiden Hutchinson's coming in listed as a linebacker for the Lions. Derek Stingley for the Texans is 77. Evan Neal, the tackle out of Alabama, is a 77. Kenneth Walker, the running back from Michigan State, is a 77 overall. Breece Hall, 76 for the Jets. Chris Olave, the wide receiver out of Ohio State, is a 76 for the New Orleans Saints. So as you see a couple of big name guys that was in the draft getting high ratings. The Jets also have Garrett Wilson at 76. Ike Ekwonu for the Carolina Panthers is a 76 overall as well. You got Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame that went to the Baltimore Ravens, is 76. Trayvon Walker, the number one pick, is a 76. Trent McDuffie, Daston Hill, of course, Drake London's in the top list. Jahan Dotson, who was drafted by the Commanders. James Cook, another Georgia Bulldog. Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon is a 75 for the Giants. And Lewis Seen, the safety out of UGA, is a 75. So as you see, a couple of Georgia Bulldogs getting high rankings, as you can see. Buddy, what's up, little bro? Everybody, if you are on YouTube, subscribe to my guy. He does a great stream for Madden gaming. He was a part of my league. You may love what he do, and he has other programs. Kia said, Madden is very stingy with their rankings. They're usually better at it this year, but this year they were really stingy. Carlos, I'm still mad about Houston, about Derek Stingley. They didn't have to hurt our hearts like that. I don't think Derek Stingley would have made it to us. I think he would have went to the Jets. We might have got sauce, but I don't think he would have made it to us. But back to the rookie ratings for 23 let's see where certain guys that may rank for the Falcons, as I mentioned earlier. For the quarterbacks, Desmond Ridder is the number one rookie quarterback entering the 2023 Madden ratings. Number 2 is Malik Willis. Kenny Pickett, the first round pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is a 68 overall. Matt Corral is a 68 for the Carolina Panthers, and Sam Howell is a 67 for the Washington Commanders. So those are the rankings for the quarterbacks. Wide receivers, Jamison Williams, of course, as I mentioned, for the Detroit Lions, is the number one guy, with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson tied for number 2 for the Saints and the Jets. Drake London and Jahan Dotson is number 7 is 75 overall. They're tied for the third highest rookie rating. So those are the rookie receivers. Let's go down the list. Running backs, Kenneth Walker, who now is going to probably be the starting running back for the Seahawks, with Chris Carson retiring today due to the neck injury. He's going to be number 1 running back. Breece Hall's number 2. Georgia running back James Cook is number 3 at 75 overall. Isaiah Spiller, the rookie out of Texas A&M, was a 73. Brian Robinson is a 72 with the Commanders, and Damian Pierce is a 72 with the Texans. As far as the tight ends, it was not a strong year for tight ends. Trey McBride for the Cardinals is number 1. Dolchik is number 2 with the Broncos. Jelani Woods is number 3. The tight end class, I can skip over those guys. This is probably the weakest tight end class we've seen in a while. Arlo said, I'm surprised Carolina went to Mayfield. That's an interesting situation because you got 3 guys playing for the starting quarterback job out there in Carolina between Darnold, him, and Corral. So that's going to be intriguing to pay attention to. Let's go to the left tackles. Ike Ekwu's number 1, of course, with the Panthers. Charles Cross, the other first-round pick, is number 1 with the Seahawks. Trevor Penning is number 3 with the New Orleans Saints. Raymond is number 4, and Matt Mitchell's 5th at left tackle. Right guard is such a drop-off after Evan Neal. As you see, Valele Tom, Patty Ferrer, and Abraham Lucas are the other guys. Left guard, Kenyon Green is number 1. Tyler Smith, the first-round pick for the Cowboys, 70 overall. As you see, the other 3 guys, they were drafted a little later in the draft. Right guard, Zion Johnson was number 1. Cole Strange, the first-round pick for the Patriots, was number 2. And you see Ed Ingram and the rest of those guys down there, not so highly rated. Linderbaum was drafted by the Ravens in the first round. He's 74 entering the game. And then the center again, this was not the strongest offensive line class. So there's that. Left end, George Karlaftis, who most of us probably thought was going to be a high top 15 pick at one point, was he's the number 1 guy for left end. Jermaine Johnson from Florida State's number 2 for the Jets. DeMarvin Lill out of Texas A&M. You got Matt Henderson for the Broncos and Isaiah Thomas for the Browns. We go back to the comments. Ken said, yeah, Baker was a wild move. Let's see. Yeah, he said Tariq to go. Yes, sir, Tariq Woolen. Mike, what's going on, bro? He said, y'all, listen, you don't need to remind us what we already know. We know that we're going to be bad this season. Just leave us alone, and y'all need to make the postseason with all that heat over there. Kid said, win now. I don't know what they had going on over there. Right in, Georgia's right in, Devontae Wyatt was a D tackle here at UGA. He's the number 1 right in. He was the first round pick for the Green Bay Packers. Logan Hall, that got picked up by the Buccaneers, is number 2. Drake Jackson, number 3. Sam Williams, number 4. And Myjai Sanders, who went the rookie out of Cincinnati, is number 5. B tackle, of course, Jordan Davis is number 1. For the Philadelphia Eagles, Fidarian Mathis from Alabama is number 2. Travis Jones to the Ravens. Perrin Riffrey to the Browns at 5th. And the 4th guy, I'm not even going to try his name. I'm just going to skip right on past that. Left outside linebacker, Aiden Hutchinson's number 1. Trayvon Walker, the number 1 pick for UGA's number 2. Arnold E. for the Falcons, number 3. David Ajabo, who was injured from Michigan, number 4. Josh Pascal from Kentucky's number 5. And Nick Bonito is number 6. Right outside linebacker, as I mentioned, Kayvon Thibodeau, number 1 for the Giants. Boye Mafe out of Minnesota's number 2. D'Angelo Malone, the underrated guy out of Western Kentucky, number 3. Brandon Smith from Penn State's number 4. And DeMarco Jackson out of Appalachian State is number 5. Okay, for middle linebacker, Devin Lloyd out of Utah's number 1. Quay Walker's number 2. Nakobe Dean, the third. So both two UGA backs up there, back to back at 2 and 3 respectively. Chad Muma out of Wyoming's number 4. Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin's number 5. And Troy Anderson is also has the same rating. Cornerbacks. Sauce Gardner's number 1, of course. Hold on. Let me go to the comments. He was a Georgia Bulldog. He just was on a stacked defense, so he wasn't going to start. So, yeah. Let's go to the comments. He said they put, yes. I don't really understand the way that Madden has it set up, because for all of us, we look at Hutchinson as a DN, whereas Madden has several guys listed as a linebacker, which I don't really understand. Let's go. Also, he said that speaks volumes because Georgia ran to the side all night. He got obliterated and burnt at the edge all game. Yeah, he was definitely destroyed in that game against the Georgia Bulldogs. That offensive line had a night against Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo. That was probably their worst game of the season. So they definitely had a rough one that day. So that's tough. That was tough for them. Darrell, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you checking in. But yeah, as I was mentioning, Trent McDuffie is the number 3 corner in the game for the Chiefs. Number 4 is Andrew Booth for the Minnesota Vikings. The rookie out of Clemson. And number 5 is Khair Elam, from the University of Florida at number 5. Kadarius Bailey also said Madden doesn't really have an edge position, so Summer listed as offensive outside linebackers if the team runs 3-4. That is true, because the Falcons do run a 3-4, so that makes a lot of sense of why certain guys could be listed as a 3-4. So it's kind of weird. When you think about it. But just going down a little further, let's go to free safeties. Daxton Hill's the highest rated free safety for the Cincinnati Bengals with a 75 overall. Lewis Cine also has 75 overall. The first round pick out of UGA. Georgia had 5 first round picks, and they have definitely showed them love in Madden for sure. Jalen Petrie has the 73 overall with the Houston Texans. JT Woods have a for the LA Chargers. He's number 4. He killed the combine, had a fast running day at the combine. And Kirby Joseph from Illinois is number 5 for the Lions. Let's go back to the comments. He said they should bring an edge position to. Yes, they really should, because so many teams transition different defensive schemes to the 3-4. So you can't just stick to that normal. I like to run 4-3 in Madden, just to be me personally. I like to run a Madden, and I like to run a 4-3 in Madden for me. But other people like to run 3-4. I'm not going to knock the 4. And then, of course, if you're a Madden player, everybody love that freaking 3-3-5. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. You guys that play Madden, you know very well what I'm talking about. Mr. Lancaster said, keep that Orange Bowl to yourself. Hey, it happened. We can't deny it. Let's see. Another comment. Notice that even in the draft, they're referring to linebacker ends as edge rushers, like 2 positions. Yeah. In a lot of recent mock draft stuff, I've noticed that they don't really list them as just DNs anymore. They also definitely list a lot of these guys as edge, or maybe a DN/D tackle. It's kind of tricky how they do it now. I'll also say, okay, you like 3-4 better. Nick, what's going on, bro? It said 4-3 is better. I love the 4-3. I love having 2 edge rushers coming off the side. That's what I like to do. Let's see. Arlo also said better cover 6, better cover 3, and cover. Oh, man. That is true, though. But let me cover the rest of these safeties, the strong safeties. Kyle Hamilton is number 1, of course, first round pick out of the Baltimore Ravens, with Jaquan Brisker out of Penn State at number 2 to the Bears, Brian Cook at number 3 to the Chiefs, Dane Belton, who also had a pretty big day at the combine from out of Maryland, number 4 for the Giants, and Nick Cross. They kind of did this wrong. I don't know if Sporting News really caught that. But Nick Cross is number 5 for the Indianapolis Colts. Back to the comments. Mr. Lancaster said 4-3. Live with I love the 4-3. That's just me though. And Arlo said I'm less aggressive on. I understand. I totally understand. Let's go to the rest of the guys. Okay, so kickers. Cade York is the only rookie kicker. He went to the Cleveland Browns. He's a 73 overall. Punters, Matt Ari. Not gonna try it. Matt A. Jordan Stout, Jake Camarda, who's at Georgia. He's the punter for the Buccaneers now, and Trenton Gill. So that's the rookie ratings, and certain Falcons was in the top for those ratings for Madden. So it's pretty fair. The guys got pretty well rated. I gotta go back. I want to go back to the Falcons for a bit though. But if you want me to talk about the ratings for your teams, and I definitely will mention it to me, I more than welcome to do so. I know one of the guys mentioned about talking about the Patriots. So let me go back to the team ratings for a second. Give me 1 second. You want to see the Panthers ratings, Nick? Okay, cool. All right. Going back, I think this should be the overall ratings again and make sure it come on the main screen. It did. Okay, cool. So for the Madden ratings, the Patriots, let me go to the Panthers. The Panthers was a 79 overall in the game, 77 on offense, 74 look like on defense. No, I'm wrong. It was 77 on defense, 74 on offense, 76 on special teams. Let's go to their ratings in regards to the game. The Panthers come in as pretty low on the pack of the offensive rankings this year. Let's see. Defensively, they were right there with the Chiefs. The Cardinals are actually rated pretty low on defense this year. I'm surprised by that. So that's their ratings. As far as special teams, the Panthers are middle of the pack at 76. So that's the Panthers ratings for you, Nick, for that team. Let's see. Arnold said, if I'm playing a mobile quarterback and I know I have decent tier 1, tier 2 on defense, I don't need 2 DNs, just rushing the quarterback. I'm setting the contain in the spot. Now you got 3 linemen in your face and like 7 defenders waiting to disrupt the pass. Okay, I can understand that. That's why I like 3-4. I respect that. Okay, let me go back to, I know Byron wanted to see Kalon Barnes. You want to see Kalon Barnes speed? I believe it's a 98 speed. Let me go to let me share the other screen and go to, let's see. Let me pull him up. Give me a second. Amari Barno. Okay, let me go look. I'm glad you mentioned him because I actually didn't know what his speed, hadn't checked his speed either. Oh my God. Hold on. The Panthers might be a fun build in Madden 23. Nick, you might have to let me take your Panthers in the game, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so serious. You might let me take your Panthers in the game when you see their ratings. Hold on, let me share the screen. 1 second, let me share the screen so we can go to. No, that's the Falcons one. Okay. Amari Barno has at DN is a 92 speed and a 93 SL. That is unfair. All you gotta do is build his points. All you gotta do is build his points in other positions. I don't know what. Let me go look and go scroll over. Really, what you have to build, like his strength, probably his awareness, tackles a 70. That's rushing numbers. I'm trying to get to what you need the most. His pursuits at 83, block shed at 61, power move 59, finesse moves 57. So really what you had to do is build your defensive points on him. They said 92. I know at DN, good Lord. And I was thinking about that too. Him and Burns off the edge is absolutely dangerous. So if there are any other guys that you want to see on there, then definitely, I'm going to definitely show you. I know they were talking about Jordan Davis. I want to show you some of those top rookies on the game. If you want to see them, let me know. As you see it, you can see Aaron Donald's a 99, the best rated player in the game. Jordan Davis. Let me go back to the beginning. He's a 78 overall as a player. But good lord, he is a 80. Goodness. Jordan Davis is a 80 speed with an 87 to sell and 96 strength. It's 71 awareness. Good lord, Jordan Davis. Nick said, do they show? No, they don't show their trait. There are some traits that's been announced, but I don't know what their traits are yet. They're only showing like the ratings. So I don't really know the detail of the traits just yet. Mr. Lancaster said, bring back Jake Delhomme. That's what I did in franchise. Oh man. So oh man, you revived him? Oh man. But yeah, that's the rating for Jordan Davis. Is there any other rookies that you guys want to see? Maybe in full detail, let me know in the comments, or I switch back over. Oh, Byron, I gotta touch the I gotta touch the Patriots ratings for you for a second. I know you asked me earlier. My apologies on that. Nick said, I see your comments over there. Let me go back to the team ratings, the best and the worst. Oh, you want to see Sauce? Okay, I got you. As soon as I show him his team ratings, the Patriots come in with a 78 offense overall. Let's go to their defense. The Patriots defense is rated. I'm surprised the defense is so low on here. 78. Special teams, the Patriots are 76. So the Patriots is coming into the game as an 81 overall, just combined. So that's what the Patriots is coming into the game. So you want to see Tyquan Thornton and Sauce Gardner. Okay, let me get at least one of them pulled up real quick. And then I'll switch back over to that screen. Man, name right. Oh, wait, because they got him. My bad. They got him as Sauce. I tried to type his full name in and just forgot that they didn't do it like that. Oh, Garrett Wilson. Okay. All righty. Let me switch off of this screen and back to the Madden 23 ratings. For the ones of y'all here, I surely do appreciate you tuning in. This is a different stream for me, but this just kind of give a lot of Madden lovers a little chance to see what this team is going to look. Their team's going to look like. Sauce is a 92 speed, 94 sell. He's a 78 overall, so he's coming into the game as a pretty talented guy. I know you said you wanted to see Tyquan Thornton. Let's get him up on the screen. Tyquan Thornton comes in as a 95 speed. I'm surprised he's rated that low. He ran the fastest 40 time. I'm really surprised he's rated that low. 95 speed, 91 to sell. Actually, very surprised he's rated that low. But Madden, I guess Madden just didn't want to show him no love. But Garrett Wilson from Ohio State that went to the Jets. He comes in as a 92 speed, 93 to sell, 93 agility. So he comes in as a 76 overall. So you have a chance to really work with him. Yeah, 95 only. I'm very surprised by that too. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie about that one. I'm very surprised as well. Yes, sir. Let's go to. I know you said you wanted to see Kalon Barnes. Kalon Barnes for Carolina is a 98 speed, 93 a sell, 87 agility. Good lord. Carolina's not going to be fun to play. It's going to be a nightmare to play with in the game. They have a ton of speed. I know. I don't know if you're still on the stream right now, buddy. I'm going to pull up your boy Tariq Woolen to see what he's rated in Seattle. He's a 97 speed, 96 a sell, 83 agility. They're all listed as some of the fastest guys on the game. So just to give you guys a little heads up on those guys as well. But let me go touch. I'm going to touch one thing about the Falcons real quick, guys. I'm talking about the Madden ratings. Let's get a chance to look at the position. I want to go kind of position, and I'm going to touch at the wide receiver. My bad, which is north. Done. Position. Let me touch it. Just to kind of show you what they have the Falcons working with. I'm not a fan of it, but we'll see. I'm about to show it to you guys. All right, the filter. Let me make to the filter. This is the Falcons receiving core entering the game. They're really, really, really slow. Calvin Ridley, who was suspended, he's a 93 speed, 94 cell, 94 agility. You can use him in the game still. Brian Edwards, who we picked up from the Raiders in a trade, 77 overall. Like I said, we got a lot of slow route runners they're gonna catch the ball, but they can't get open. Auden Tate, who, if you're a Madden lover, you're probably gonna throw him at tight end at some point. 75 speed, 86 cell. Not a lot of speed on this team. Demir Bird is probably the second fastest guy on the team. Drake London, as you see, the rookie, he's rated as the fourth highest rated receiver on the Falcons at the moment. Of course, he's wide receiver one. If he would have to be wide receiver one if you're Atlanta. And then the rest of the room, the Falcons, this may change, especially with training camp coming up. You got Zacchaeus says a 70, Bat says a 69, Geronimo Allison, who's at the Packers for a couple years, as a 69, Cardero Hodge, who was with Detroit, and then Frank Darby, who I don't really know why he's on the roster still, but that's just the state of the Falcons running back wide receiver core on the game. Let me go back. I want to go back and touch on their running backs. Because again, like I said, this team on the video game is a weird build. They're weird because it's not a lot of speed, not a lot of talent, or not a lot of talent that is developed. They're pretty young. Let me click out of that. I didn't want to go to that. Let me go to running backs. If you want another position that you want to see for the Falcons, let me know. Because it's definitely going to be a struggle for these guys. Yeah, Troy Anderson is definitely going to be fun to play with as a Falcons fan on the game, or even if you got the Falcons in the league. The running back room for the Falcons looks like this. Cordero Patterson's an 85 superstar, 91 speed, 92 cell, with a 95 agility. So that can play to his favor in the game. So the rest of the running backs, the guy, Damian Williams, you all probably remember him from running for 100 yards in the Super Bowl. He is our second highest guy, 88 speed, 91 cell. Tyler Algier, that is the rookie out of BYU. He's a 67 overall. Quadri Allison, who had a couple of pretty big moments during the season last year, 67 overall. Season 64. If you all was not aware, Avery Williams, who was a corner last season for the Falcons, is a 62 overall for the Falcons as a running back. I don't know. It's weird. He's moved to he moved to running back, so that's weird. And then 61 overall, Caleb Huntley definitely will be the other running back room. We are slow at running back. That's a lot of work to do. Let me go to the linebackers, though. Nick was mentioning about our linebacking core. That might be the strength of the Falcons entering that might be the strength of this team for the Falcons. If you're a Madden lover, that might be the strength of this team. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do all the linebackers, right side, left side, outside. That's what we're gonna do, because as the guys were mentioning earlier, Madden has gotten to the point where they don't really respect the edge position no more. They just go ahead and throw those guys at linebacker. Okay, let's get to the linebackers for the Falcons. Who? Never heard of Mike Davis. Okay, coming in middle linebacker. The leading middle linebacker is Deion Jones. I do not think Deion Jones will remain on this roster all season long. I'd be shocked if he do. But if you play Madden, he's a great guy to use in Madden. 90 speed, I want to sell. He's probably one of my favorite guys to use on Madden. I'm sure the guys that are tuning in the league, they know they probably can attest to that for sure. So Rashawn Evans, the linebacker from Tennessee, he's coming in. He's probably going to get a lot of snaps at middle linebacker as well. Nick Kwiatkowski from Vegas, he is a 74 overall. Lorenzo Carter is another guy, as I was mentioning. He's he's an edge. He was an edge at UGA. He was an edge for the New York Giants. He had 5 sacks last year. They have him listed as a linebacker. This is a guy that I absolutely would work with and throw him at DN. I've done it in previous years. Also, you got Arnold for the rookie. He's an 84 overall, 84 speed, 87 to sell. He probably can make him a DN as well. Troy Anderson is the guy that you're going to have a lot of fun with if you work with the Falcons. He's going to be fun. 92 speed, 95 a sell. That rookie's going to be fun to work with. Totally going to be fun to work with. Michael Walker is a middle linebacker, 68 overall. D'Angelo Malone is another guy that is he's considered a edge / DN, or they have him listed as a linebacker. A lot of you may have forgot about Adonijah. He was listed as a DN last year, but they moved his position. Dean Pease did. Rashad Smith, he probably won't make the roster. Neither will Etheridge and Quentin Bell. He's another good user in Madden. I definitely use him, especially if we're doing first years. I always do that. So that is the linebacking core for the Falcons. Let's go look at the secondary. Again, everybody that's tuned in, I really appreciate this. This is a different type of stream for me. I typically don't touch on Madden like that for the Falcons, but again, for my Madden lovers and guys that just like to play with their favorite team, a lot of Falcon fans that may want to know how to work with this team this year. So let's go to corner. Let's apply that real quick. Tevin's already recruiting. I guess Tevin's going to be the Falcons in Madden. I see him saying Falcons on the block. Okay, here goes the cornerback room for the Falcons entering the season. AJ Terrell, as I mentioned, is listed as a 89 overall, the 9th best corner in the game entering 23. He's surprisingly not a superstar, but hey, as you see, he's 89 overall. Veteran Casey Hayward Jr. is at 87. He's slow as all get out, but he's going to cover the field well. Great teacher for AJ Terrell entering his 3rd year to help him really take that next leap in his career. Isaiah Oliver is back. He's a 90 overall speed as far as the Falcons, 74 overall ranking. Mike Ford, he's another veteran. So the Falcons have a lot of fill-in guys right here. Corey Ballantyne, Darren Hall's back in that position. Cornell Armstrong, Lafayette Pitts. A lot of these, we don't have a lot of to work with, as you can see. KD Bailey said he's just going to be another guy. Don't play with the Falcons. Hey, man, listen. This is a this going to be if you're going to really do a lot of work if you play with the Falcons in a franchise in Madden. It's one thing to play with them in the game. It's another thing to play with them on franchise. They're not even going to be fun to play with. And I like to tune in. I like to actually play with the Falcons to get my skills right. Boy, I would get toasted online this year. Okay, let's go touch on the quarterbacks. Oh man, went back to corners. My bad, guys. Let me go back. I'm trying to touch on Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota, but I think they want me to talk about this pathetic group at corner. Don't want to though. Moving along, let's go to the quarterbacks. Tevin said he got a plan. Nick Green said I turned him around, ATL around, I'm gonna turn around again. Hey, I believe you. These are the 3 quarterbacks listed on the Falcons roster going into Madden 23. You have Felipe Franks, who is going to probably be getting tight end reps, which is weird. You have 2 pretty good guy. This is the funny part about Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota. Both of them are super fast at quarterback. So you got a mobile quarterback that you can work with. Their throw power is a 91 for Desmond Ridder, 87 for Marcus Mariota, 90 for Felipe Franks. They got those guys listed as that. Let's go to their. If you are a fan of the game, let's go to their deep. Let's try to get to their accuracy. As you can see, Mariota's 77 medium accuracy, 76 deep, 84 short. Ryder 80 short, 79 and 79. Felipe 77, 71, 74. The best play action quarterback is Desmond Ridder. Throwing on a run, the best quarterback is Marcus Mariota. So as you can see, Falcons got a lot of. Oh, my bad. I think I missed the throw under pressure. The best one is Mariota. Second is going to be Ridder, of course. So as you can see, the Falcons got some tricky things they can work with on here. Tevin said both quarterbacks go. Oh man, Nick Green said they nerf changed. They did. Because I thought he was like an 83 last year. Tyreek, what's up, little bro? He says, Sam Anderson. Listen, if I get the Falcons, Troy Anderson going to be my middle linebacker. You already know that. Nick Green said, don't forget about Big Frank's Day. Yeah, I definitely am surprised that they still haven't rated so super. He's still rated super low, but he actually is a workable piece. It's weird. But yeah, the Falcons quarterback situation, you can actually work with it on the game. So like we said, overall, it's bad. But if you are a franchise person, you're going to love building this team because the potential is there. Not so much on the football field now. Like we're somewhat talking about the virtual reality. Like I said, a lot of it's going to have to change based on what happens on the football field. So that's going to be a tricky thing. Let's go to the safety room for the Falcons. Boy, fix it, Jesus. I already can say that. Oh, gosh. Eric Harris is the highest rated safety on the team at 73, 90 speed, 85 7. He actually lost the speed, I guess, because of his age. With Richie Grant, the second-year guy of UCF, who I have high hopes for, I think he's going to be better this year. Dean Marlowe came from Detroit, the third best safety on the team. Jalen Hawkins is going to be there for another year. I think it's a make or break year for Jalen Hawkins, who's a third-year guy. Tease Tabor definitely was a corner. They switched him to safety. He was out of Florida for a couple years. So the Falcons have a very, very, very interesting group at safety. Like I said, this is gonna be a challenge. This is a challenge that I don't think everybody's up for, though. So let's touch on the defensive end room real quick. I think that might be the last one I touch on before I call it a stream. I sure appreciate all of y'all that's been tuning in because this has been a pretty fun stream to do. You guys have kept me going with this because, again, Falcons have a lot of talent on this team. So I see why USA Today predicted us to go 2-15. Last but not least, the defensive end position. Of course, like I said, Grady Jarrett is listed as a right end, which I do not understand. He's at 85. And then look at the major drop-off from there. Marlon Davidson's a 68 overall. Taquan Graham's a 66. Anthony Rush, who I thought was pretty productive down the stretch for the Falcons last year, is a 64 overall. Vincent Taylor's a 64. Nick Thurman's a 63. Jordan Brailford is a 62. Timmy Horn is a 62. Again, who? Hey, I'm just being honest. Who? And I know my team. This is the sad part about it. I love me some Taquan Graham. I love me some Grady Jarrett. I love me some Anthony Rush. But who is these guys outside of those three? This is bad. This is bad. if you're playing in a franchise, you got to cut everybody. And of course, they cut Kaminsky, so that's another name that nobody knows. Boy, when they say Jesus take the wheel, they talked about the Falcons' defensive end room. Boy, this is pathetic. I don't even know how, like I said, with the linebackers, you have to work those guys around to make a front seven actually productive, because the room at that position, yeah, I wouldn't want to touch it, not at all. Okay, one last thing I forgot. I'll show Kyle Pitts ratings before I get off of here. I can definitely show his. But hey, those ratings right there were bad. That was bad. That made me sad, man. Ooh, let's see what happens going 2-15 on USA Today. Goodness. All right, last but not least, let's touch on these tight ends. Buddy Buckets and my boy Taquan go eat. I would love to see him show out this year. Definitely love to see him show out this year. But last but not least, Kyle Pitts. Goodness, why do we have so many tight ends? But okay, Kyle Pitts, 91 speed, 93 accel, 90 catching. You know Kyle Pitts is going to be a nightmare in the Falcon offense in 2022. Anthony Ferkser, who was the tight end for the Tennessee Titans for a couple years, he's now taking over as the tight end number 2 with Hayden Hurst going to the Cincinnati Bengals. John Fitzpatrick, if you're Georgia fans, you probably know him. I don't know how he made it to the NFL. No jab at the guy. Congratulations, though, because he was a blocking tight end. Anyways, 64 overall, 80 speed, 83 accel. John Rain, Parker Hesse, Bo Brinkley. I don't know the rest of you guys at all. Good Lord. Those are the guys that you're going to cut when you play franchise, because they're just a waste of space. You're not about to work with them. And Buddy said, yes, buddy, that is a 31 overall. That is a 31. I don't know why they got him on here. It's a 34. Bo Brinkley's a 34. So, I don't know, man. That's weird. But I'm going to let's be done talking about the Falcons. Anyways, guys, I've been on here almost an hour. I appreciate y'all tuning into the stream. I will be back on here soon. We're going to get on here and talk about I'm going to talk a little more Falcons as training camp kicks off on Friday. If you want to talk about your teams, let me know, because I would love to do some type of preview coming up as the season gets here. I'm excited about the NFL season. Not talking about what the Falcons are going to do, because I don't think we're going to have a good year. But I'm excited about what the NFL is going to bring this year. And, of course, as always, I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is the first edition of All In with Nate, talking about the Atlanta Falcons and Madden, talking about a couple other rookies. And, again, if you guys want to come on here and talk, let me know. We can plan something. Buddy, I appreciate you, little bro. I appreciate all y'all that tune in, man. But until next time, this has been All In with Nate. Thank you for tuning in for the hour that you tune into, and have a good rest of your Wednesday.